Terror rifts inside of Diablo Immortal. How can we get the most value out of our experience inside of these? Today I'm going to take you from start to finish, showing you once this one becomes available, how we dive into it and get the most benefit from our time inside of the Terror Rift. A few things worth noting off the bat. Notice that if I try to go into the Rift right now, it has not been fully formed. These are a little bit frustrating because, for one reason, we don't know exactly how long it takes to form, or at least I don't at this point in time, especially because I don't know when it closed last, so we don't know when it's going to reopen. I just spawned in this realm, Mount Zavane, and I'm just sitting here waiting for the crevice in the world to expand open. Now, another thing that I don't love about this is, if I do come to one and it is open, we don't know how long it's already been opened for. I've done some of these where I'm inside for just 1.5 to 2 minutes, and then it says the timer goes up and it says it's about to close, and I get very little value out of one of my 10 runs that I could have per week. So it's actually advantageous of us to wait here in front of a Terror Rift for when it says a Terror Rift has opened to then go run to it. Now, keep in mind, I'm sitting here and there's some other people waiting as well, or actually there's only one other person waiting as well. When you're inside of a Terror Rift, you are not really working together with others because you actually want to be the person doing the damage first to the enemies that you're getting the rewards for. Remember, once you get 200 of the globes, I forget what they're called, we'll see once we dive in again, then you can go into the spire. Going into the spire is going to allow you to fight a bunch of enemies and then a boss, which will net you a chest. Inside of that chest, there's a chance for having some eternal gear. Then once that closes, or once you complete that, you're still inside of the Terror Rift. And you can get more of those red globes, and when you get 200 more, you can find another spire and dive into it again. I have seen as many as 3 spires that I was able to get into inside of one Terror Rift. I was inside the Terror Rift for quite a good amount of time because I got in there early when it opened up. If you get in there and you have no idea when it had opened, then you're running the risk of being in there for a short amount of time. I just tried recording this video 10 minutes ago. I jumped into one and it ended in 2 minutes, and it was a bad example of a Terror Rift, so I'm redoing it now the proper way. A couple of things worth noting while we're inside of a Terror Rift. 1, regular enemies, they're going to drop 2 of those red globes. You're going to get the blue enemies, which drop 6 red globes. You're going to get the yellow enemies, which are going to drop 12, and the elites, or the oranges, are going to drop 18 of those globes. Now, to do that, to gain those, you need to be the first player to strike or to put damage on that enemy. Now, what does this mean for players that are something like maybe a Crusader, like myself, or a Barbarian, something that has a lot of area of effect damage? It's very advantageous for us to have that kind of damage because we're very quickly able to jump on top of these enemies and lay that first strike. In laying that first strike, we're going to receive the reward for that enemy going down. Even if an opponent comes over and takes that enemy out, we did lay that first strike and we will get the rewards from it, enabling myself to get many more of those spires and take advantage of many more of those spires as we're inside of the Terror Rift. So, in my opinion, it's a good idea to play these, or you're going to get an advantage playing these Terror Rifts as a Crusader. So, for example, I have a lot of area of effect damage. I can do a lot of stuff to many enemies that are all over the place. They could be almost everywhere on the map. Actually, we'll take advantage of this while we're here, right? We'll get this globe. There we go. Experience globe while we wait, because we still cannot get into this because it's not ready to go yet. So we'll come in and I'll give you examples just as we go through here. We could just strike everything as it comes up. We can make sure that we're laying that first strike and that we're able to get all of the rewards needed to progress. Now, also in these Terror Rifts, remember, some people only get to go inside of one spire because they just can't get enough of the globes before it's time to go in. Other players can get 3, like I've been grabbing just from using these area effect damages. And remember, if you don't dive in, you will get random rewards that are mailed to you. Now, these random rewards are not everything that you would expect. Sometimes it'll just be gear. Other times you may get something such as one of these, the Terror Essence. Terror Essence are what we can use to start an Oblivion Pillar, which has a chance to award Eternal Equipment. It can also be used to create Hellslayer bounties, limited to Inferno 1 difficulty and higher, but this is sellable in the market. Right now, there's none for sale in my market because everyone's using them. Everyone wants this Eternal Equipment. It sells for a max of 400 platinum, which is the same as a normal gem, rank 1, that'll sell for 400 platinum, at least if it's a desired normal gem. So now that we have a general overview of Terror Rifts, the best thing that I could do next for you guys is to show you an example of what it actually looks like. So I'm gonna wait for this Terror Rift to open, and once it does, then I'm gonna dive in and take you guys along on the experience with me, with all these other people that wanna dive into it as well. So we'll be back once we have that opportunity. Now, as you can see, the Terror Rift timer has popped up. It popped up around the 2-minute mark, red in the zone. There's about 53 seconds left until we dive in. Worth noting, it's a we. There are a lot of players that are going to be diving in here, and we're going to kind of be fighting over farming spots. We don't want to be too clustered up together because, remember, we don't share the rewards as we do in regular open world farming. It's very different. The enemies are more difficult. They take more to take down, and on top of that, well, you don't share the rewards from them. So it's not really that you have to worry about dying, although I have died inside of here. The enemies are definitely stronger than in the open world. But it's more about finding your space, being close enough to a spire so when you hit 200 of the essence, you could dive right into the spire and be efficient with your time. So when you're inside of here, you also want to make sure that you're in the red zone. That's where the spires are going to spawn. And after one comes and then goes away, the spawn spot will... There we go. We're going to enter right now, experience and all these other great things we can get. The spawn spots will move, and you're going to need to move yourself on the map. So notice right here, we have blues right here, right on top of us. Perfect. We're going right on in, right off the bat. We're going to try and get a lot of this, what is it called? The fragments right off the bat. All right, cool. Now, again, I'm trying to find where the spires are, and along the way, I'm going to go after any enemies that I could find. Look at this. We're right on top right here. All the blues. Everything's coming in. It's looking good. Getting a bunch very quickly. We're going to use the health right there because I'm staying still too long. Taking too much damage. More than I'd like to take. All right. We're good right here. Time to move on. We got ourselves 88 already and this thing just opened. That's pretty darn good. Let's jump on our horse. There we go. And let's try and find where this thing is. I want to try and see where... Oh, we got an orange and a yellow right here. Beautiful. And we're on horseback, so we can move around nicely. We got ourselves 118 essence so far. Man, Misery hates company with his Blood Knight not doing this kind of damage inside of these things. Definitely every class has its own benefits. Crusader is definitely a good one for doing this. If I could find the spire, though, I'd be in much better shape, because right now, I don't know where it is. And if I click the map... Oh, there we go. Actually, we can see where it is. We'll just click on the map and go right to it. We'll grab these blues, though, first. Get this. We're at 136. We want to make sure that we can get everything that we need before we go. Good. Nice stuff. And we're just going to run straight towards it. I didn't realize that when you click on the map, it actually shows you where it is, where it lies. There we go, right over here. Beautiful. There's probably going to be a bunch of enemies or players in the open world farming it right over here. Because this is probably the most efficient place to do that, right? Once you grab your 200, which I just did, we can dive right in. So let's go in and let's have our battle inside of here. Boom. Open with 200. Now I'm going to use all of my AoE damage. And I'm going to run my... horsey around the ring around the rosy around this thing, just doing damage as I go. And then once we get rid of all these little enemies along the outside, then we'll be able to go and fight the boss, which honestly, the Countess and Baal have been who I've been getting most of the time. They're not the hardest to take down. And there's Baal again. Boom, here we go. Hit Q, let's get some health. Oh, we're in a bad spot. There we go. Got him. Boom. That's one spire. We got ourselves some gear. It looks like nothing legendary came out of it, though, unfortunately. Good. So now we're back on the hunt again. Now we're back looking for more blues and yellows right away. Boom. My max has been 3. Now, look, a new spire is going to move, and we're going to have a new location for it shortly. Let's see where it goes to, and that's where I'm going to make my way. We look at the map. All right, it's upward. It's north. So we're going to go up here. We're going to jump on our horse. We're going to get into the red zone. Not that the red zone is more filled with rewards. It's just because in the red zone, that's where we're closer to the next spire. Just going to try and get some rewards as I go. Probably not the most efficient use of time sitting here, to be honest, but we'll keep on moving. We will take the health, though. All right, we got a bunch of enemies chasing us, which is good. If I could pull them all together. Oh, we got an enemy right here. Or I shouldn't say an enemy. We're not enemies. We just don't work together. So we're not getting the same stuff. I'm not going to party with... That's actually a friend of mine. We're not going to party, though, because I don't think it benefits us working together. Look, we got a yellow right here. I got the first strike on it. That should be 12 when I take it down. We got some blues right here as well. Boom, we're up to 128 of 200 already. I mean, I often go back and forth if I should change my class to something better for PvP, although the Crusader is quite decent. Right now, like, where is the spire? I don't see it. All right, it's not showing on the map just yet, so it hasn't been found. There it is. It's right in front of us now. Let's see if I can get any rewards from these. I did drop hits on them. I just didn't drop initial hits on them. Let's go find some more. I'm pretty content if I can get 2 spires. I'm happy if I can get 3. If we can get 3, that's some good rewards we can get. Remember, we don't get the gear every single time. Oh, we got an orange right here. It's 18 if we take this bad boy down. And we did. That's what I'm talking about. We're getting... Oh, Q, health. Health me up. We got a bunch of stuff right here, but we're going to go right on in here. Open it up with 200 more. Now it's just me and the enemies. We're at full health. Kill all the monsters. There's 2 waves. It says wave 1 of 2. Get another type of AoE. And again, just running in circles. Of course, build specific on what this all looks like. I'm literally lost my mouse here. Q, because I got stuck. I'm running multiple monitors, so sometimes I lose where the mouse is. We have 7 minutes left in this. I could potentially even get another spire here, guys. Well, we got Namari right now. Got him taken down. We're going to queue up health. Beautiful. 7 minutes. That should be enough time. I could potentially even get my 4th one in. Now, we already have 70 of 200, by the way. Now, a new spire is going to be appearing. Let's wait before we go too far away. See the efficiency. Just trying to be as efficient as we can. Where's the zone? The zone's down and to the left. Let's go. We'll hop on the horse in a second. I think this is the right way to go. Beautiful. Blues right along the way. We're definitely getting into a 3rd spire. I don't want to say definitely, but the odds are looking very much in our favor. I am stuck. There's another blue I missed. Definitely want to get him. Sometimes when I get into these like mass battles, I find myself clicking all over my screens and messing things up. So I think we're down here somewhere. Trying to look at the map. Yeah, there we go. There's the red. This is exactly what we're looking for. We're at 130 of 200. My skills are all kind of down right now at the moment. Oh, that was nice. That was my Maw of the Deep activating. Oh, and here it is. Here's the spire. Nice. Definitely giving a decent example here as how this could look. Q, you don't want to die. I notice when you die, you spawn back in town, and I don't know if you lose all your stuff. You very well may. We got another blue right here. We're at 180. That's 6 right there. Just got my ultimate. I'm gonna go for another health. Alright, I think we got 200. 96, 98. Come on. Where's the last enemy? We're gonna go in. Alright, here we go. There we go. Now we got what we need. Let's get on into this bad boy. Into our third spire. This is a good run right here. We maximize the time. And we're able to get a good amount done. There's 4 minutes left as of right now. We could probably get ourselves into a fourth one. I'm going to use my primary attack as I run around. More of the deep coming in clutch again. It's a gem that's underrated that I actually quite like. Oh, we have the Countess right here. Let's go. Let's go health ourselves up because she's going to come blast us in a second. Got her taken down. There's our third chest right here. Still no... Oh my god, I'm not getting any of the gear. Bad example for gear. Good example for how many spires we can get ourselves into and how efficient we can be. The efficiency of this run is on point. Okay, let's get ourselves... Let's clean this up. The gear that we're getting from it is not as on point. We got another yellow right here. Alright, so where's the next rift? We are all the way down, so we gotta run. We've only got something like 2 minutes. That's plenty of time to get it if we can get the enemies and we can find the spire itself. There's some blues. We're gonna... Well, it's... not being efficient here. There we go. That cleaned up pretty nicely. And there's some health globes around, which are great. So blue, he's going to drop 6 fragments. Boom. Let's keep moving. Alright, there's more demons I see. But I want to get to the bottom of the map where I'm supposed to be. I believe... Yeah, we go. There's the orange showing on the map again. Alright, let's find our way. Does it show? It does not show where it actually is. So we need to try and get lucky and find it. Oh, there's only 90 seconds left. Oh, this is going to be really hard. It's going to be tough for me to find it. And get enough kills before to get into it. I don't think we're going to have the time. This is going to have to be the most efficient. Oh, here it is right here. I need to get 70 fragments in the next 20 seconds to give myself enough time. I don't think that's going to be doable. So, if it's not doable, what we end up doing is we just get a bunch of stuff sent to our mail. Sometimes it could be the essence that we could sell. Other times it could be just gear. Other times it could be scrap materials. If we don't spend the 200 to get into this spire. Oh my god, we're actually pretty close. $192. Oh, come on. Is there another guy sitting around? 30 seconds? No, it's going to be too short a time for us. Too short a time. So we got into 3. Almost had enough time. We were almost able to jump into 4. We actually have enough to jump into 4. but if we were to jump in, we would not in time be able to take down enough of the enemies. So we would end up just essentially wasting those 200. Notice it says in the bottom of the screen, you'll be rewarded by mail for your 204 remaining Stygiant fragments. Close. We completed the rift, 3 runs, almost a 4th, so we still have not beaten my best, which has been 3. If we go to the mail right now, let's see if the mail actually was sent to me already. It was sent to me right now. Again, we got ourselves just a little bit of gear, a little bit of scrap materials. We'll collect that. Nothing else worth writing home about right there. And if we take a look at our gear, let me just salvage everything that we have that's extra in here just to clean out the satchel. Then we'll take a look again. We didn't actually get any eternal gear on that run. That was a clutch run, and we got ourselves 0 eternal gear. But you know what? It's fun to do. It's a great source of farming. In addition to being able to get some potential really solid gear on top of that, you now know how to be the most efficient inside of a Terra Rift, how to find where you're going utilizing the map in a Terra Rift, how many of the drops you get from each of the enemies, whether they're normal, blue, yellow, or orange. And you essentially have a better idea of what this new feature inside of Diablo Immortal looks like. I will say, when this mode launched in the game a few days ago, day 1, it was a mess. People were lost and unable to be able to do anything. It was not working properly. It was bugged out. But now it's been fixed. The following day, Blizzard fixed it, which I'm super happy about. They saw the issue, they fixed it, we're good to go. And now we can enjoy it. Another thing that we could do 10 times in a week. I wish it were 30 times in a week. Maybe one day that'll change too. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you back here tomorrow.